Hey y'all.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome to the Tillman brand. We are the Tillmans and it is Sunday, May 24th, 2020. And we are here to give a short, I guess it's going to be short, testimony of what happened to us 3 years ago on this very date. And the title of this vlog is
In sickness and in health.
In Sickness and in Health. Oh, stay tuned. Do you remember what happened 3 years ago, May the 24th?
Yes, I do. You were diagnosed with breast cancer.
Why I was diagnosed with breast cancer, yes, y'all. So we want to talk about this because it's our 3rd year anniversary when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, something that changed our life completely. It was something we did not see in our future, something, of course, we didn't plan, but it happened.
Right.
I was 29 years old, teaching 6th grade at the end of my 6th grade year, and out of nowhere, boom, it happened. So we're going to talk about that. Y'all ready for it? So May the 24th, well, let's back up before May 24th. I began to have symptoms.
Bleeding, right?
Yeah. Bleeding out of the breast. Yeah. And so initially when I began bleeding, we didn't really think it was serious. So you took me to the, you remember you taking me to the?
To the emergency room.
Yeah. He took me to the emergency room. And what did the doctor say?
I believe the doctor said it was like just an infection.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And I still remember him.
You were doing shirts.
I was making shirts.
Yeah.
And I began to bleed, and I thought it was just ketchup stain or something. And so I showed Earl, and we didn't think it was much, but I called my mom, and she was like, you know what, you might want to go to the ER because she's a cancer survivor. She fought cancer 2 years prior in 2015. And so he took me to the ER. They said it was just an infection, but still wanted to get a second opinion because it was just not normal. I never heard of anybody bleeding out of their breast.
Right.
Went to the OB. Did you go with me when we went to my OB?
Yes.
Okay. Went to the OB. I couldn't remember. And he didn't think it was, he just kind of laid back naturally. He didn't think it was anything either. And so he finally agreed to send me to get a biopsy. Scheduled the biopsy, went on, continued to teach. We continued to live life, whatever. We had an appointment set for May 24th for our follow-up. This was a normal, after a procedure, you always have a follow-up. Went to the follow-up. Earl was going to go with me, but I needed him to go to Hobby Lobby to get some T-shirts, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, go to Hobby Lobby to get some T-shirts. And so I went on to my appointment. So I went into my appointment, and lo and behold, she told me it was breast cancer. She said that, when I was on the operating table, she said to her nurse, I'm young, healthy. Surely it's not cancer. Well, it was cancer. And so my journey began fighting breast cancer. We fought it together. I had breast cancer, but it affected his life as well. And so that year was the most trying year of our life. I know it was for me, and I know.
Yeah, I have to agree. That definitely.
The most
very rough time it was.
So what went through your mind? Do you remember when I came home? I think I called you first. Did I call you and tell you?
Yeah, you called. Well, yeah, you had called. I wasn't by the phone, and when I got to my phone, my mama called. You had called, and she was saying you need to talk to Queen. Something wrong. And when I got the news, when I did talk to you, you weren't home yet, and I just had a breakdown.
You cried?
Yeah.
He cried, y'all.
I did. But I knew we were gonna make it. I knew we were gonna be all right, but it was definitely a real time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, he didn't cry. Earl doesn't cry in front of me. Never, ever cried in front of me. So to know that he cried, that kind of makes me feel good. I mean, it's horrible, but it makes me smile to know that he cried, which is a normal reaction when you find out a loved one has been diagnosed with cancer. So once we arrived at the cancer treatment center, they ran a series of tests. It was a lot of tests, additional biopsy, and after those results came back that same day, they informed us that I would have to have a mastectomy because of the size of the tumor and the type of cancer, the type of breast cancer, because there are several types of breast cancer. So the type of breast cancer I had to have a mastectomy. And then the initial surgeon who performed the biopsy said that she recommended chemo. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. She recommended chemo. Of course, that was devastating to us. Anyway, we prayed, and of course, it came back. I didn't have to do liquid chemo. Praise the Lord, I just had to have a mastectomy. And radiation, yes. A mastectomy and radiation, and I had to take pill, yeah. And so that began the journey. There was a lot to digest, however, that began the journey. So, how did you?
I couldn't believe it, Really? No. It's hard to explain. I had so many feelings, but I knew we had a long trial, but I knew we were gonna be okay.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in, everything gonna work itself out. And I knew God had us. I knew God wasn't gonna put more on us than we could bear. Cause during that same time, we were going through that, and you were recovering, and then also around the same time, my daddy got diagnosed with cancer. He had a spot on his liver, so I had a whole lot of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, it felt like it was overbearing, but like I said, God real,
Yes, He is.
And I knew He wasn't gonna put more on us than we could bear. So.
Yep.
It was tough.
He's real, and those wedding vows. You don't think about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't. Well, some people don't think about it throughout the marriage. On the wedding day, you say the vows through better or worse.
It's real though.
Through sickness and health,
yeah.
And you don't realize the magnitude or the weight those vows have until you literally go through sickness.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy. Can you admit that it's easy and it's all peaches and cream in your marriage when you're going through the for health part?
Right.
Everybody's healthy,
Everything good, smiling, but them trying times gonna come. Mm-hmm. And when they come, like I said, I doing those vows when you got sick, it was like, of course, I knew you needed me more then than any other time. So it was just like, man, these vows that we took real. Saying sickness and health and all of that, that's a real deal.
Did you think about the vows at any point during the process?
Like you say, when you get married and you say the vows, I'm sure you think about them, but you don't think about them like how serious it is. But yeah, of course, when you got diagnosed, during that time when we, after you had your mastectomy, being in the hospital with you, and just had been your caretaker, I really thought about like, man, these vows real, like, and sickness and health, you gotta mean that if you really, serious about marriage. So yeah, it's real.
And I didn't know, so I was ready. I was nervous, didn't know what to expect. And so they wheeled me back, did my surgery. Of course, I don't know what's going through his mind during this time. I have no idea.
I had another breakdown.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you had another breakdown?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's so cute. Okay, you had another breakdown. Were you scared that I wasn't going to make it?
No, I knew you were going to make it. It was just having to go through that. I had my moments,
Yeah.
Like I said, there was so much going on at that time. So.
Yeah. I was scared. Yeah, I really was. But anyway, went through that. And I remember after waking up in the recovery room and they brought me to my room and I had to use the restroom and I think you helped me go to the restroom and I wanted to see my chest. Ugh.
I remember that.
Yeah, I wanted to see my chest and Earl walked me. I was in so much pain. He walked me to the mirror and unbuttoned my gown, and I couldn't stare at it. I was so flabbergasted. I was so shocked that I no longer had one of my breasts. That shocked me. And all types of emotions went over me. I was of course in pain. I was shocked, but then I felt so ugly, and then I was like, how I'm not a woman anymore. I'm not a whole woman anymore. But even during those times, y'all, let me tell you something. My husband made me feel like the most beautiful woman in the world. He did. He made me feel like the most beautiful woman. I want to cry just talking about it because I felt so, my self-esteem shot to hell when I saw myself. However, I quickly had to reprogram my mind to really understand, like, listen, it doesn't matter whether you have breasts or not, you're beautiful. And that's what my husband did for me. He continued to encourage me, tell me how beautiful I was. He was there every step of the way to help change my mindset about myself once I lost my breasts. And I thank you for that. Yeah, so listen, y'all, for I keep saying for better for worse, for sickness and health, I really can't begin to explain the importance of those vows. And so you know the strength of your marriage and your bond and your relationship when you go through tests and trials. And we just want to really encourage you all to no matter what you're going through in your marriage, no matter what you're going through in your life, that it's going to be okay. 3 years later, I'm cancer free. 3 years later, I have 2 breasts again because of amazing surgery. My amazing surgeon, Dr. Durden. I love you so much, man. Thank you. 3 years later, we're here, blessed, healthy, and our marriage is stronger than ever. It's always been strong, but going through those tests and trials and how he's been there for me, it has made our marriage stronger. And so we just want to encourage you all to really don't give up. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And if you have a spouse who's going through something, be there for them. Be there for them. And also,
They need you more than they ever have. I said when your spouse is going through something, they need you more at that particular time than ever.
You sound like you're about to cry.
No, don't do that.
Thought I was going to give me some tears today. Yes, that's true. So we just want to share our quick little testimony with you all. It's 3rd year anniversary. 3 years ago, I was diagnosed. 3 years later, I'm thriving, cancer free. We are blessed. We are better than blessed, and God is not done with us yet. So we just want to share our brief testimony because it's the anniversary of the day that I was diagnosed with cancer. And just to let you all know that it does get better. It doesn't matter what you're going through. It doesn't matter what your spouse is going through, your family's going through. God, with God, you can get through it. With Jesus Christ, you can get through it. We are living witnesses.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for joining in, listening to our testimony. And we love you all to life. Please don't forget
to subscribe, like, and share.
Please do it for us. Anyway, see y'all next week. Bye.